From Anshe Sfard Beth El Emeth Congregation, it's time to take 10 minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion of Parshat Pekudei, from inspiration to religion. We look at the Parshat Pekudei, we see the role of Moshe Rabbeinu in inaugurating this Mishkan. Of course, Moshe Rabbeinu has the authority, and it's Aaron who needs to be inaugurated. And Moshe inaugurates Aaron. How can he inaugurate Aaron? What authority does he have? He has authority as the leader, but where's the authority as a Kohen? So the answer is that all the Shivas Yimei Miluim, all the 7 days of the inaugural moments of inaugurating of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle, Moshe Shimesh Kohen Gadol, he served as a Kohen Gadol. This status of Moshe Rabbeinu during these 7 days is very unclear. Therefore, Gemara Avodah Zarah, the Flamadalad, the Gemara there says that one time Rabbi Akiva went to Ginzak, went to a far-flung place, and they had some questions for him. And one of the questions was, Ma Shimesh Moshe Rabbeinu Kol Shiva. What did Moshe Rabbeinu, what did he wear for the 7 days? Did he wear the clothing of the Kohen Gadol, a breastplate and the shoulder plates and all that? Or no? Lo hava biyadi. He didn't know, because it's not clear what was the role of Moshe Rabbeinu. But he went to the base medrash. They told him the chaluk lavan. He just wore plain white garment. Now it's true that the high priest, when he goes into the Holy of Holies, also wears his plain white garment. So there is such a role for a priest. And in fact, the Sfas Emes suggests that when Moshe Rabbeinu served, he was not serving as a Kohen who is sort of Malach Hashem Tzvakos. It says in Malachi that the Sifsei Kohen, the lips of the Kohen, Ishmu Das, he is the repository of all the knowledge. The Torah of Akshem Piu, you learn Torah from him. Ki Malach Hashem Tzvakos, because he is an angel of God. So this is true, sort of in a theoretical way, when it comes to most Kohen. When it comes to Moshe Rabbeinu, or when it comes to a Kohen Gadol in the Holy of Holies on Yom Kippur, there's no one in the whole. There's no person in the Holy of Holies on Yom Kippur. What do you mean? What about Aaron? No, he's not a person. He's sort of at the level of an angel. But when it comes to Moshe Rabbeinu, he always served that way, the level of an angel. After all, Moshe had that quality of lechem lo achal mayim lo shasad, that for 40 days, 40 nights, he didn't eat anything, didn't drink anything, and because he is somehow at that level of the angels, he has discussions and arguments with the angels. He's able to hold back and hold court against the angels. Moshe is at the level of the angels. Now we understand that the greatest inspiration of the Jewish people ever was Moshe Rabbeinu. There was no one who ever spoke to God panim el panim, in that face-to-face kind of way. This inspiration of Moshe Rabbeinu is at the core of the fire of the Jewish people altogether. But you can't have in every generation, you can't have Moshe Rabbeinu. So you have to go from inspiration to what I'll call religion, for lack of a better word. You have to go to tradition. You do certain things. That's what you do in Yom Kippur. That's what you do on Shabbos. But it stems and it starts from a place of total inspiration. It starts from a place of Moshe Rabbeinu at the highest level, being one with God, being like a Malach Hashem Tzvakos. Unfortunately, we then have to transition to a different stage of Aaron HaKohen. Surely Aaron was also at a great level, but some of his successors after him may not have been exactly like Moshe and Aaron, but we have to continue the tradition. It must continue. Moshe B'daro, Yiftach B'daro, whoever the leader is, you have to continue, whether there's a lot of inspiration, less inspiration. It doesn't really matter. You have to consider there has to be some steadiness. That's the role of the Kohen, is to keep that steadiness going. Now, it's not that Moshe was the last prophet, God forbid. There will continue to be prophets and inspiration, and we continue to have new inspirations. But the structure of the Torah and the mitzvot, that's set by Moshe Rabbeinu, can never be changed. The prophets can't change anything, but they can continue in each generation to add more inspiration And we're still looking forward to that day when the Mashiach will be a prophet almost at the level of Moshe Rabbeinu. And when, as it says in Prophet Yoel, the children and your daughters and sons will be prophets. That will be a day to look forward to when the religion gets reunited and remarried and re-wed to inspiration as well. There is actually a medrash that Moshe Rabbeinu served as a Kohen Gadol throughout the 40-year period, that he continued to serve as a Kohen Gadol, even if we don't say that. The notion that he inaugurated and launched the Jewish people with great inspiration, so that, yes, we would have a steady system, regardless of how much inspiration rested with the high priest, but he got it launched, he got it supercharged, so that the Jewish people would always remember that this role of the Kohen Gadol, well, it may be just at certain points just a functionary, but ultimately it's meant to be a Malach Hashem Tzvakot. It's meant to elevate the human being so that he radiates with all the glory of the Kohen Gadol, as we say on Yom Kippur, Mare Kohen, the look of the Kohen. He was like the sun on a shiny and beautiful day. That's the goal. And even on a day we wake up and we say, well, I'm not so inspired today. There's no excuse. It doesn't mean you shouldn't daven shachar, you shouldn't daven mincha, you shouldn't daven ma'ariv, you should make brachos on your food. But I'm not into it. I can barely think about it. We maintain that structure of the religion. We hope that tomorrow and the next day there'll be inspiration, and we continue to inspire ourselves and to strive to that goal, to be like Moshe Rabbeinu. As the Rambam says, every person could be like Moshe Rabbeinu. We try to aspire to that level so that we could bring out that element of malach within us. That's the hope. That's the possibility. Let us hope that indeed we can achieve that. We can continue to infuse our religion and our daily halachos with that kind of inspiration which Moshe Rabbeinu represented. Thank you for joining us here at the Anshe Sefard Beth Lemeth Congregation for our discussion of the Parsha. Join us this week for a discussion of the holidays, and thanks to Jason Lefkowitz, our producer. Thank you.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein. To learn more, visit asb.org.